Excuse me? Well, peeps, Has Been Hotel Season 2 episodes 5 and 6 have just dropped. And with that, we've got a lot to talk about because, man, these two episodes were incredibly bizarre. Whether it be the drama, the interactions, as well as the storylines, these were probably the most mediocre episodes of Has Been Hotel so far. And while there's definitely improvements here in comparison to last week's episodes, there's still a lot here that left me scratching my head. From Alistair's plan becoming increasingly obvious, Shaggy having a fight, and another bombshell, that being Angel Dust was a spy for Vox all along.
Good evening, everyone.
Hey guys, it's the Pink King here, and I just got done watching the 2 new episodes of Has Been Hotel as we gear up for the season finale next week. We have a fair bit to discuss here because honestly, I feel like these might be some of the most divisive episodes of the entire series so far, as despite us getting closer to the season's end, it still only feels like we've just begun, and not in a good way. Because you see, peeps, ever since we made it halfway through the show, it's now trying to race towards the finish line, and in doing so, these 2 episodes desperately try to cram in as much information and storylines as possible. So let's start with probably the biggest bombshell of them all, being the reveal that Angel Dust was actually a spy for Vox, leaking all of Charlie's plans and secrets to him through the art of hypnosis. And here is where I feel like there's going to be a fair bit of divisiveness among the fan base, because Angel Dust, for the most part, has been weirdly absent throughout the season, not really having anywhere near the significance he did in Season 1, and now we finally know why, with him being used by Vox in order to spy for him. Now, I actually do like this idea. In theory, it not only gives Angel something to do that's plot relevant, but can also add a lot of interesting drama with the other characters if it's discovered, or depending on how thorough Angel gets. But in practice, I'm a bit on the fence, as I don't know if it's me, but Vox being able to mind control people is certainly a new thing, and in all honesty, did feel like something that comes out of nowhere just for the sake of making the storyline a reality. And the funny thing is that throughout this episode, all the characters are acting like this is just something Vox has always been able to do, even though this is pretty much the first time we've ever seen him use it. So not only does it feel pretty forced, but it also could have been easily fixed. How, you ask? Well, all you had to do was show Vox hypnotizing people in the background. You know, just brief teasers to show that he could actually do this. I would have preferred they actually established this power of his instead of bringing it out of nowhere. It could have added a nice mysterious element that made the reveal of Angel Dust being under his control even sweeter, but simply put, because they don't have any time to play around anymore, we instead just have to get through it as fast as humanly possible. And some of you might be wondering, why am I so annoyed at this? Well, it's because Angel has been in desperate need of some extra screen time for a long time now, so for his first important role in the story to come out of nowhere, definitely does cheapen the experience a little bit. I remember feeling more dumbfounded than I was actually surprised when they revealed Angel was being hypnotized. But aside from Angel, there are still a fair few problems here, with the biggest one of them all being the structure of these episodes. Now hold on, peeps. Do you want to be featured in a video? Just like Pasta Dinner Theatre, Alfredo Gaming, and the wonderful Fazbear family? Then you need to subscribe right now. I'm on a mission to get to 30,000 subscribers, and I need your help in order to reach it. So peeps, if you're enjoying the Has Been content I'm making and want to be featured in a video, then be sure to subscribe right now and then comment down below telling me you subscribed. Remember peeps, you have to comment down below, otherwise I won't see it. So comment down below telling me you subscribed, and who knows, might just be your name that's the one featured in my very next video. But with that, let's get back into Has Been. Now, the reason why the structure is really frustrating is because, remember, we're only 1 week away now from the season finale, and aside from Vox and the V's, nothing meaningful has happened. Sure, Heaven is on lockdown, but that storyline hasn't moved anywhere since being introduced in episode 2. What does Heaven think of this lockdown? Are they afraid for what's gonna happen? We don't know, because we've got too many other things going on in such a short amount of time that we can't afford any breaks. You know, despite my many issues with Season 1, the storyline there was pretty straightforward. It had a clear start, middle, and end, as there was just a lot more cohesion and natural progression. You really wanted to see where it was gonna go. But in Season 2, as I'm discovering, the story is quite all over the place, if I'm honest. So many storylines are going on that we're not getting any proper time in order to flesh one out. Whether that be the Heaven stuff, the hotel, and now even Husk, who apparently quits the hotel only to come back by the end because he talked with Angel for a minute. Now, I did enjoy the scenes of Husk, and also, this was a pretty fun side character, if you know, you know. But it makes me wonder what the point of showing this even was, especially if Husk is just going to come back to the hotel anyways. And it's not like they have a heart-to-heart where Husker realizes he needs the hotel. They just have a brief conversation about their lives being awful, and then Husker decides to go back to the hotel. It's so out of nowhere and just fast that it's barely convincing. I swear, all they do is show him blushing in angel dust and he's suddenly back. So it begs the question, what was the point in having him quit in the first place, especially if he's just gonna come back like nothing happened? Also, I feel like I have to say that I'm not a big fan of the whole Husker Dust ship. It's clear now more than anything that they're trying to set up a romance between these two characters now, but for me personally, I feel like they just work better as friends. I know, but for me, I don't feel like there's a strong enough connection here for them to be romantically involved with one another. We've not been shown anything that might make a romantic pairing interesting, so it just makes more sense for them to be friends. Plus, they're a great duo together as friends. They have so many memorable moments. But hey, I guess if they find a way to make it work, it's not the end of the world. And while we're on that topic, despite my many issues with these two episodes, I can honestly say that it wasn't the worst, as in fact, if anything, these episodes were pretty mediocre, if anything. With nothing shockingly bad or shockingly good, it just sits in between as okay, but there were some things I actually did like. Most of all, the Chaggy stuff worked really well. It was great to finally see Charlie get put in her place by Vaggie after all the crap she pulled in the last few episodes, and it's from that interaction that we cut to a pretty good musical number. Heck, all the music in these two episodes were really good. Where in the episodes prior, I was on the fence for some. Here, pretty much all the songs are a great listen. I don't think there was one song that I didn't feel interested in listening to. With Love in the Bottle possibly being my favourite, because, you know, it's Keith David. It's an honour to hear him sing every time. What else am I missing? Oh yeah, Alistair's here as well, and it's becoming pretty clear that he's now trying to use Vox's ego and insecurities in order to make the V's turn on each other. Will it work? I honestly don't really care, because if you saw my last video, you'd know that Alistair hasn't really been given a reason to be interesting. And so far, that's been the norm. Overall, episodes 5 and 6 were really just okay at best, feeling much more like filler episodes until we get to the actual meat and potatoes of the season finale. But man, I think the biggest takeaways from these two episodes were the need for longer ones. Each episode is now having to cram in so many storylines, so many plot beats, so many character dynamics, that it's becoming a chore for the show to explore rather than lay it out all naturally. They either need to increase the time of each episode or cut down on certain elements in order to keep the story streamlined. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about these two episodes for now. So if you don't mind, I'm gonna go play the ending of Dispatch. My wife is calling me. What can I say? Pink recognizes Pink. But before I go, I just want to ask, what did you guys think of these two episodes? Were you a fan of them, or did you feel as underwhelmed as I did? Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. And if you enjoyed today's video and want to see more content just like this, then remember, be sure to like this video and subscribe. But with that, peeps, it's been the Pig King here, and I will see you all next time.